Tough week this week. You're saying goodbye to everybody and moving on after spending so much time together over the last 6 months.
Yeah, man, tough. First off, I just want to thank my Lord Jesus Christ, just for this opportunity, being able to have this season, going out and play the game that I love each and every year. But yeah, man, it's tough when you have certain goals and you don't make the playoffs and you don't win a Grey Cup. Personally for me, it's a failure. So we accomplished some things, but it's some things that we need to get better at. And the goal is always the Grey Cup.
Give me your thoughts looking back on where it went wrong.
We just got to be more consistent. We just had a lot of inconsistencies this year, a lot of potential, have a whole bunch of potential, but it's about putting that potential together. I think that we just needed to kind of find an identity early on. We needed to find that a little more early and just figure out, what we wanted to do as a team. And I think we just figured it out a little too late. But we did figure some things out later in the season, which you got to be positive about. But you got to take the good and the bad, man. I've been in so many situations that I understand all sides of this now, man. There's so many things within football that you got to take care of, off the field, the business side of it. It's a whole lot that everybody's going through each and every day, coaches, upstairs, players. And it's just something that we all got to be able to deal with. We got to be able to play and adjust to it and just keep getting better each and every day.
Tough coming, didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. You come here as a free agent and you want to be the difference maker. You end up getting injured and things just don't seem to fall anybody's way all season long. How difficult was it to deal with?
Yeah, listen, sometimes things don't go exactly as you plan. Some people have plans in line. It doesn't go the way you expect it sometimes, and that's part of it. But, for me, I know just from my experience and things like that, I've been on teams before that haven't made the playoffs. It's been a while for me in that sense, but you got to be able to, control your emotions, be a professional, and be able to, move on and get better and understand, what you did wrong. For me, definitely had that injury, earlier in the season, and I would definitely say, personally, I wish it didn't happen. I also know that it wasn't really significant for myself, but I also know both sides of being in the league now for 7 years. I understand that there's a personal side, a competitor side of myself. I understand that there's a business side of it too, when it comes to the team and things like that. So you just kind of got to understand those things and know that some things out of your control and some things in your control, and you got to just take advantage of the things that's in your control when you can do that.
Last two games especially, you and Tre seemed to kind of get on the same page a little bit. I think you had more targets and more catches and more yards the last two games than you had all season long. Is that a real positive sign moving ahead to next year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing and anything like that. Like, I know the player that I am. I know why I came here. I've been hearing all year and since I got here about my contract and all this and am I worth it and all that type of stuff. Listen, at the end of the day, like I said, we were all going through things, but I know I need the ball more. My coaching staff, they know that. This team knows that. A lot of my career, if you have followed my career, a lot of my career has really been me, catching a lot of footballs in the fourth quarter, using me in the fourth quarter and things like that. But, it's just kind of about getting your guys the ball early on in the game and, not trying not to make the game so close, So for me, it's things that I got to work on too. I got to make sure that I'm getting open, which I am doing. Make sure that everybody knows where we're lining up and things like that. So I just know at the end of the day, and that's something that we need to do. I need to get the ball more. That's what I'm here for. I want to be used to the best of my ability and the most of my potential because I love this game so much. I'm so passionate and I'm so competitive about every time I get out there because you never know when it's going to be your last game. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm trying to give everything that I have, and I'm in my prime right now. You know what I mean? I'm where I'm at right now as a receiver. A lot of people can't do everything that I do, and I want to be used in that sense of, being able to help my team win each and every game, and that's what I try to do.
A lot of more positives, obviously, in the second half of the season. Do you believe that carries over, even though the next time you guys are all together, you'll be different, and it's 6 months from now?
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe that just because now you see like the pot brewing. You see like some of the things that you put in the pot and how it's brewing. So it's like you got to take those things and be positive and know like, this is what we're good at. This is what we got good at in the second half. So now this is what we have to go into the next season and identify ourselves and get better at this each and every day. And we had a young team too. And we have to understand that those guys, they had some learning curves. They had to learn the game. They had to understand that, man, the game is not fair all the time. The game is not going to be fair. So when you go into the game, don't make it fair. Just make it to the point where I got to do everything in my possible ability to make something happen. There's no excuses. Nobody wants to hear the excuses. Nobody cares that we won 4 games, and nobody cares about that. So for me, for the city of Edmonton, I'm sorry to the city of Edmonton that we didn't reach the goals that we wanted to this year. But we appreciate all the fans that did come out this year, each and every game, man, because they did. They were still coming out. It was still 25,000 people coming out here, still supporting us, and we appreciate each and everybody, and we promise that we will get this together.
You talked about the pot brewing here. Chris was just saying that he doesn't expect to make a lot of big moves in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
This is now a chance for continuity to let this group of players gel, have a year, learn from their experiences.
Mm-hmm.
How far do you think this group can come?
I mean, the sky's the limit. The thing about it is, it's all about preparation. It's about how you prepare yourself. It's about, getting into the film room. It's about the little things. It's not all about, it's about what you do off the field. It's what people don't see, what you're doing behind the scenes and things like that. Are you coming together as a team? Are you guys building, team bonding and stuff like that? It's just about people coming together. And we had a lot of guys who was their first year, second year, or it was just their first year on the team. And it takes a little bit of time to make sure everybody comes together, because everybody's trying to figure out who people are. They want to know what kind of personality people have, what they bring to the table on the field. So you just want to know the guys that you're going to battle with each and every day. And I know for me, I'm going to go out. I don't care if it's the last game when we're not making the playoffs. I don't care if it's the first game, the middle of the season. I don't care if we know already what the situation is. I'm going to go out each and every game and give everything that I got for my teammates, for everybody. And, my teammates know me. And everybody, all my coaches and all my teammates, they all know me. They know who I am. And I've never been a selfish player. I've always been somebody, I'm trying to help the team win. So sometimes, when as a receiver, when you do get frustrated, when you want the ball more, sometimes you have conversations with people and you want things to get better. And it's like, it's not about the receiver being selfish. It's about, I'm trying to win. I want to win. Like, that's all I want to do. And it just shows, how much somebody care. That's just how much I care about it. So when people are like, oh, there's all these receivers that's being divas and, they want the ball, but they don't want to do this. Listen, if you go and watch certain guys' films and you go out there and see what they do, they go block, they go catch the ball, they make the plays when they need to make it. That's kind of what I pride myself on too. I try to do everything that I possibly can to help my team be successful, and I know what I bring to the table, and I want to be used, just like I feel like I need to be, and that's just, like I said, helping everybody, helping Tre, helping all the running backs, and that's what I go and do each and every day.
As an experienced player, what do you say to the young players? What advice do you give them heading into the offseason?
To make sure when you come back next year that you have your mindset set to, I'm going to be way better than I was last year, and honestly, for them, now that they had a year in this, it's about now think about the Grey Cup and think about the future. Think about, your reputation, and think about what you can do if you win a Grey Cup in the city. It changes your whole life. It changes your family. It changes the team, everything. It changes everything for your life. So it's about what are you going to do this offseason to get better for next year, to know that you came into this training camp knowing that you got better than you did last year.
Talk about Tre and how far he came and kind of what the limit and what the expectations can be for him next year.
Yeah, man, Tre. Like I said, Tre came in, gave us a spark for sure. It was a lot of things that was going on that people were trying to figure out, and when he came in there, he absolutely gave us a spark. He made a lot of great plays, and it's also things that Tre has to work on as a quarterback. And that's just him getting experience each and every time, and just getting the game experiences. Like I think I was saying something like, I guess he played like 7 games after he got drafted in college or something like that. Coming up here, it was like something smaller, but it's just about, for him, it's just about slowing the game down for him. And we got to get in the film room, him, me, the offensive coordinators, all the receivers, the running backs, so we all can be on the same page and know what's going on. Because I just feel like one of the main things that we really need to do is just all be on the same page, and that's just going to take us to a whole nother level. But like I said, you see the potential that he has, man. He has so much, God-given ability that it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch and everything like that. It's also things that, we got to make sure that we stay disciplined on. And for him, this is going to be a big offseason, I think, for Tre, just more mentally and more, on the board and things like that for all of us. Because we all know when he gets to running around, it's a scary sight. So, like I said, I'm going to do everything I can to help Tre in my best ability, because that's what I've always done with all the quarterbacks that I've played with in my career. So all I ever want to do is help my quarterbacks play good, get paid, man, and win a Grey Cup. That's all. That's what it's all about. Thank you.
Thanks, Geno. Appreciate it. Thank you.